mystical, magical, beautiful, amazing beings. This is Alora Mystik, and I am doing a really quick audio. It really is going to be quick, and I'm going to ask you to just disregard and bear with me through any little noise you're hearing in the background because I am multitasking, but I didn't know if I would have the opportunity to do this later, so I wanted to go ahead and record it. So I wanted to talk to y'all briefly regarding what's coming up on 12/21, and this is not so much about going into a lot of detail on 12/21. There's a lot of information out there, so I'm just going to mention a couple things. Anything else you can definitely kind of research on your own. There's a lot of information on YouTube. I have some things posted as well on my page, Realm of the Mystic. However, primarily I'm doing this is because as I prepare for my own personal work, and I was sitting, reflecting and meditating, and I actually decided to pull cards regarding the kind of a collective message. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, which I actually only pulled a card for the collective. But so for those who do not have any ideas, to get you a little started, 12/21 is what we've heard, right? This huge activation sequence and portal that's kind of circulating around. And there's a couple things happening that day. So one is winter solstice, right? Yule. It also is the great conjunction, as they're calling it, where Saturn and Jupiter is in this alignment that hasn't happened for all these hundreds and hundreds of years. And then also it's actually on Monday, which is Moon Day. And I want to bring that up because specifically when I was just sitting with, what I was going to be doing and reflecting, the moon popped in like, don't forget me, it's on my day, right? And so there's this heavy energy there. Also, this three energy of aligning with Jupiter, Saturn, the moon, winter solstice, and just all these different things that's happening. And so just to put that out there as well, to remember that that's also a day that's great for connecting to your subconscious, your emotions, for healing, all the things that the moon is associated with. Definitely some of that dark energy. And then of course Jupiter is all about expansiveness and activation and prosperity, and Saturn about what, mastery and just all these things. And so it's a really great day. So anything beyond that, you can research, but that's just a little gist. So what's coming up? We've probably seen or because there's so many memes and things like memes going around about these activation and superpowers that we're going to receive on the 21st, right? Which is so funny and so cute. But I want to also address that a little bit because some people truly do have this notion that on 12/21, all these amazing superpowers just going to unlock, and they're just going to be so connected and so tapped in and just whatever. And I'm not saying that's not going to happen. Anything is possible, okay? But the probability of a person who has done no inner work, who does not meditate or get into trance or spend time in inward reflection or quiet, and has not been working on anything, just kind of receiving this upgrade of just then turning into this mystical, magical, omnipresent, potent being, is not as probable, right? The likelihood of that is. So, but that doesn't mean that, that won't happen for a lot of people. There's something along these lines as far as your abilities and things like that, especially those who have been doing work along the way. However, even for those who have not, there is still this activation that's happening. And so it's just being a little mindful what that may look like. But one of the things that came up the most is, let's see, though the ability and the willingness to embrace and lean into the activation that is occurring. So what that means is this portal is a lot about, the planet has shifted and is continuing to shift, and we are leaving and has really left this kind of 3D reality, right? for many. And this is also there to help to align a lot of people with that new vibration and frequency. And so with that, there's a lot of openness that just has to be there to allow that to happen. Okay, and I say that because anytime you're shifting from one dimension, so to speak, or consciousness to the next, and awakening, there is this call to be open and to declare, to release any and all things that are contrary to said thing, right? So what was coming up is basically people, are saying they're wanting this alignment and they're calling for it and open and activated, but still holding on to the very things that's keeping them from shifting and raising their consciousness and awareness. Okay. And so it's understanding that one of the main and biggest things that you can do is just get into alignment with that flow and truly be in that open space within you of releasing any and all things that are contrary to that activation sequence and allowing that vibration and frequency to truly just flow within you and to circulate and to connect you and to continue. And as you move forward, to flow with that vibration. I hope that makes sense. It's the best way I can really think to kind of put that into words. And so that could look like, it may not look like this for many people, but it could also look like when you're saying I release, the release of a home, a job, a spouse, children, a mother, a parent, whoever, right? And it's someone who has been going through and is continuing to go through major shifts and air quote losses, because it's physical losses, but not really a loss in her life. Trust me when I say I understand it is not easy. And it is a process. But what I'm being seen and what I was showed is so many people make that declaration that as soon as that shift happens, because it's uncomfortable, it's taking you into this space of unknown. And many people want to still just control the process and know all the answers in a mundane 3D. Because I want to stop saying from a human perspective. That's one of the things that also came up, because the reality is this: many starseeds, and I see this happen on social media all the time, kind of diminish or minimizes humans, so to speak. And the reality of that is we are in a human body having a human experience, and so many starseeds have not mastered the human experience, but yet also look down upon humans, right? And we're on Terra, Earth, where the human body and human form is her creation. It is her baby. She produces bodies. She produces souls in her own right. And it's just like, to continue to look down upon humans also is like is a little bit of a disrespect, right? And it's a disconnect there as well, because if you actually are here to elevate, to help, to awaken, and to work with the ascension and the rise of the planet and humanity, how can you do that from a space of judgment or disconnection or looking down upon or frowning upon, and some of the things that we just say about humans, well, I don't say, and also about, the planet herself. So, and while it can be funny, we have to be very careful, because it is a vibration. Everything has a vibration that's released. So I really want to get out of using the term human and maybe just think about 3D and lower consciousness and perspective and go, we're shifting. Because the reality is humans have the complete ability to do everything that we do, as far as be intuitive, psychic, mediums, veil walkers, necromancers, whatever else. They are more than capable and have these gifts as well. This is not something only slated for starseeds. So when you really think about it, starseeds are just ancient. A little more ancient for the most part across the board. Not saying every, because there's new starseeds being created too. But let's just look at them more as they're just babies. They're babies. Let's just say if the universe, the multiverse, was in existence for 1 million years, even though, it's longer than that. And the humans, as we know it, has only been in existence for 100,000. That's babies, right? And so it's not that they're low vibrational. It's not that they're low functioning. It's not anything to look upon. It's just they're growing and evolving. They're babies. They're like the toddlers or the tweens, right? And we're here to kind of to help in one way or another. Or we're here because many star seeds are also here because you have not mastered the human experience, and you're here for that as well, okay? So I really want to also just put that out there, that little things to say that, like, let's just look at them a little different as just being our younger, cousins and family and whatever. But I digress. Okay. So that's the biggest piece that's coming up with the activation. As well as a lot of people, your ancestors are highly going to be able to come present fully more within you and with you. And so I just want to make sure that we're paying attention and not missing the things that is showing up for us that are grand activations in this grand conjunction, because we're looking for something still bigger and grander and grandiose kind of outside of ourselves, or this thing to make us so unique and so special and so this, when the true reality of it is you already are unique and so special because you are a fractal of the all in a unique expression. None of us are the same. So that's kind of what came up. That's the cards. That's the message. And so for anyone that's doing work that day, and there's so much work that can be done, I'm probably going to be doing multiple things. I'm going to be starting some stuff this evening because I actually have a busy day tomorrow, and I don't want to wait till late tomorrow night to start getting in this energy, which I'm already feeling. So if anything, the takeaway is just remember to just go within your heart space, deep within the heart space, deep within your subconscious, and just truly open it up to just allow and to receive and to release, okay? And then whatever comes from that in your highest and best interest and good for your divinity and for your sovereignty, and the things that happen from that, to know and to have and to that trust in your divine self, your highest self, that all of this is to flow you forward into your highest aspect, your divinity, into your sovereignty, or whatever that is that you've claimed and decreed for yourself. And then to stay in that harmonious flow with that. And you'll continue to see this unfolding that will happen as we go into this new year, as we continue to elevate and ascend into 2021 with the change of the guard, with the age of the Aquarius, with the earth shifting her consciousness and awareness continuously and constantly rebirthing. So this is Laura Mystik. Again, you can always follow me on social media. It's spelled exactly the same it is as the channel. We are on Instagram and on Facebook. I know, like I said, my last video talked about why I haven't been as present. Like I said, I don't know exactly when the next video will be, but as I'm led, as far as something like this, I will definitely be doing and sharing that. And I appreciate everyone's continued support during this time. After the last video, I received some inboxes and DMs, and I really appreciate that. And I receive it all, and I thank you, and I send all that positive energy also back to you, multiplied and magnified in your life. All energy sent to me is always sent back, multiplied and magnified, okay, in the lives of others. So have an amazing Yule solstice grand conjunction activation. And I will be back again with you soon. Bye.